10 people kind of facing each other, sort of, you know,
Is
on their
that
computers.
barrel
And
gonna...
in between the two teams on the wall behind them, set up for the audience to see, is a giant mini map of the game world that they're playing in that shows the location of both teams and their characters.
Gone! Look!
But
Hang
it's
on a
in
minute.
full view. It's in full view of
The
the
nearest
players.
civilization is a town
So the
called
players
Mor.
can just kind
In
of
order
turn
to
around and
reach
look over
it,
their
you must
shoulder
build
and
the
see
contents
what
of
enemy
these
is
boxes.
on the
You
move.
have enough food for 7
So they
days.
caught one of the players doing that.
Oh, God!
They banned 355,000 people off Apex Legends, it said yesterday.
Well, it's not such
Really?
a
Where? What?
serious situation. It would be a good laugh.
I was saying it yesterday, but you get to look it up. Just put in Google Apex Legends banned. They banned a ton of people, 355,000.
There must have been
Well, they're gonna tighten up the
room when the police arrived.
anti-cheat thing even more or some shit.
Jesus Christ, no, I'm too close.
They're gonna ban millions and millions and millions and millions. How that thing is. Alright, now I'm going to play the Grand Tour on PlayStation 4. This game you play episodes of the show.
Okay, flee.
Grand Tour show. Let's see.
Well, they'll be using a pistol, won't he?
Latest episode is this one. Let's begin. Show clips from the episode, then I play using the cars that they used in the episode. Amazon Game Studio, the Grand Tour.
I don't see any news. The latest news.
For the Apex?
I put Apex Legends ban wave. February 6th, February 17th was the 16th.
Just right, Apex Legends, 355,000. I'm gonna show like 1,000 pages of links to it. Straight 355, comma 000, Apex Legends.
Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you. And welcome. And in today's incredibly topical show,
On PC Gamer.
Neil Armstrong
Over
walks on the moon.
355,000 Apex.
Some angry cyclists.
How's this?
Over on Apex
And I
Legends
throw a
subreddit.
sandwich out of the window.
Respawn has posted their latest.
All that is to come. But first, Aston Martin has just launched a new car. And here's Richard Hammond
That's after
to
the
tell us all about
16,000
it.
cheaters they banned, right? There was an additional 355,000 people cheating. The service works, but the fight against cheaters is an ongoing war.
And mostly Asians.
To
China.
fighting, they write.
You know what they said? Like every other player is a cheater. They're advertising hacks on all Asian servers right now.
They're scaling up the anti-cheat team and also planning to add a report feature.
This is the new V8 Vantage.
And, well, it's not an ugly car, is it?
Respawn are also aware of the issue of
I mean, I'm not sure about this colour. You'd be on the phone to your doctor if your weed came out like this, but the shape itself is stunning.
And then disconnecting and are working on a solution. Oh, the people
This
that
is one of
like,
those
advertise
superstar cars that leave a wake of dropped jaws and phone camera flashes.
The crashing is
the
one more thing of
fixed for me so far.
Car in the Aston lineup. It's fast too.
It's time to drive the Aston Martin new car. Let's go.
Go! 0 to 60 takes 3.5 seconds.
Whoa!
Watch this.
I'm surprised I can't even control the car. Let's go. Oh my god. They fixed the crashing, but I think almost all the people left that crashed out are AMD. Like Wayland, it's his computer, half of the problem. And then half was the game. But I don't know what, because he can play Monster Hunter and all that. So I don't know what the hell it is, something to do with AMD. So I never trust their ass. I don't care how good their part is. They always have bigger problems. Unless they come up with something that's way powerful for the Nvidia plus cheaper, I'll never switch for that. I don't trust their ass. He should have saved up enough money to buy a new computer waiting by now. It's been working for how many months? If you wanted to, I mean. Because didn't he just get that one for free? Should get a new one. It's cheap. It's like 1,000 or like 1,000 something. It only takes like 1 month's check or less. It'd be good. He'd have like a good ass machine. Man, I can't turn.
Oh my god.
Whoa! Yeah, I didn't hit anything. Still a terrible turn. Ah, when I said that. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh!
For God's sake.
For God's sake. That's awesome driving.
Go, go, go!
See, watch out there, the plate's there.
Oh god.
Wasn't that bad. Jesus. What did I just say, man?
Go, go.
In this house, swear to God. I have sauce all over my hands now. I'm trying to hold the fucking PlayStation controller. I just told her watch the plate, but as soon as she knocks it off the bed.
Top speed, 195.
But here's the thing. Astons have always been beautiful and fast in a straight line. But when you're making a sports car, that's the easy part. It was when you dug deeper under the skin into the areas you couldn't see that in the past they often came up short.
The trouble is, the company has never had the money or the
Ah, damn, I told him watch out with the plate because I had pizza here on the side. But if they do, they knock it. So I was like, catch the fucking plate of pizza in my hand.
It didn't feel as well made or
while I'm
well
streaming this game
as some rivals.
with my left hand, but I have the PlayStation controller in both hands.
To people listening to their
Luckily, I was able to
hearts
catch
and
it.
not their heads, because your heart says, "I
It's
want
funny
an
as hell. I
Aston,"
tell him watch out.
even
the plate.
when your
Boom,
head says
knock it right off the
that
bed.
door doesn't fit
2
properly.
seconds sleep.
But this is 2018. Good looks and speed aren't enough if bits are coming off in your hand. This car can't be nice to drive for an Aston. It can't be well made for an Aston. It's got to be good, full stop. Yeah, in an AMG, this engine doesn't make this noise. In a Merc, it's all umpire bass. Whereas Aston Martin have added some British gravel to the mix.
So, it's handsome, quick, tuneful, and feels well built. But But now we come to the acid test. How the new Vantage handles corners.
So
don't tell me they're gonna make me.
We're off.
Look at this.
It's built on an all-new chassis, a shorter version of the one.
I have to wait a second. They clean up pepperoni off the floor that I didn't see that fell. Alright.
The DB11. And it's the first Aston Martin to be fitted with an electronic disc. A very expensive but very valuable weapon of war.
I'm gonna drift, which I'm not good at. Drift into the wall. Holy crap. Worse than I thought.
Then we come to the engine. It's a 4-litre V8. It has twin turbos. It makes 510 horsepower.
Wasn't that bad? Man, all I can do is hit the walls.
Give me everything you've got. Yeah, it works.
Christ, I got a bronze medal somehow.
This is in control of its power. It really is. It's been set up by a man who used to work at Suspension Masters Lotus. And you can tell. In the past, you could buy an Aston and love it, but still know deep down that a 911 was a better car. With this new Vantage, that gap has been closed to a point where it doesn't matter.
It's not just brilliant for an Aston Martin. It's brilliant, full stop.
Good job. I can see her.
Can you really?
I really can see her. We agree with you on that. It's a brilliant, brilliant car. But one thing I ought to mention, you know all that tech inside it?
Yeah.
That is Mercedes stuff, but it's last generation Mercedes stuff.
Yes, but it's still better than all the stuff that Aston used to fit.
That's true.
Is it not?
No, that is true. And the other thing, you expressed surprise that it's got that AMG engine.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember the Aston V12 they've been using for years. That's German.
Well, it's made in Germany.
Yes.
Well, that makes it sort of German, doesn't it?
No. It's where it's designed and developed that matters.
Let's not get bogged down with what's German and what's not. The point is, OK, unlike the previous Vantage, that is way, way more than a pretty face. I mean, a lot more. But now let's find how fast Abby can get one.
They said it's made in Germany. I says, that's not German, it matters where it's made and developed. He says, no, isn't it where it's made? If it was where it's made, then everything that we have is like Chinese. Even stuff that you call like made in Europe or America, most all of it's made in Asia anyway. The car parts are made all over the damn place. Mexico.
And already we're at the drop down into your name here.
Crap. Whoa! Ah, why do I have to go on the wall, man? I gotta learn how to turn.
Working
away there at that unusual and frankly stupid square steering wheel, cutting it wide for old Lady
Oh,
House.
baby.
It neat round there, and now the short squirt down to substation.
Straighten out, you bastard. Come on. Whoa. Ah. Made it. A bronze medal.
It does. It's like an old-fashioned racing car, moving around. It's a good-looking lap, that. Right, let's find out where it ended up on our lap board, shall we? Here we go. Look at exactly the same speed as a 911 GT3 RS.
Yeah, and when you think the Aston doesn't have a massive wing and scaffolding in the back, that is pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, but never mind that. Look, it's no faster than a BMW M5.
Yes, but I think what that says, James, is the M5 is seriously quick.
Now, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the first landings on the moon, and I thought I should take a little celebratory look back at that truly historic mission.
James, this isn't a grand tour of whatever is in your head. You do know that.
No, but I promise there will be some cars in this film. Eventually.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
When President Kennedy made that speech to Congress in 1961, he gave the scientists at NASA a planet-sized headache. Nevertheless, the brains at NASA knuckled down and throughout the 1960s set about developing and testing the rockets and the technology that would be needed to crack this monumental nut. However, machinery on its own was not enough. Equally important to the success of the space program were the astronauts. Now, these
Talking
men were
about the
generally
mission to
on
the
type.
moon.
They were fighter jocks.
That was
and
so
test
weird how
pilots,
they sent
and
people to
were
the
very
moon.
familiar with
They
moving
need to do
around
more
at very
stuff
high
now.
speed. So, and I did promise we'd get some cars into this,
Been so
when
many
it came
years.
to moving around on the face of the Earth, there was one car they favoured above all others. The Corvette, America's premier sports car.
Yes, John Glenn, holder of supersonic flight records and the first American to orbit the Earth, drove this. Rubbish.
Driving a 1960s Corvette. Oh, jeez.
Help!
I smashed it. Driving the car that Neil Armstrong.
Big love in between the American
Got a bronze.
astronaut and the Corvette started with Alan Shepard, the first American in space in 1961. And on his safe return to Earth, he was given a free Corvette by General Motors, a sort of medal for services to the country.
By 1969, just inside Kennedy's deadline, NASA was ready to try landing some men on the moon. The astronauts chosen were Buzz Aldrin, who drove a Corvette, Neil Armstrong, who drove a Corvette, and Mike Collins, who drove a Beetle. Presumably that's why they left him in the command module and didn't let him walk on the lunar surface.
Eagle, Houston, we have you now. Do you read over? Loud and clear.
When the astronauts finally approached the surface of the moon, the landing was not without drama.
Okay, all flight controllers, go for landing.
The designated spot was full of craters,
Eagle, Houston, you're a go for landing.
forcing Armstrong to fly manually and look for another place to set down.
4 forward, drifting to the right a little. Okay, engine stop. Mode control, both autos, Houston, engine command override off. We copy you down, Eagle. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
When they finally landed, they had just 20 seconds of fuel remaining. But no matter, they were down on the moon.
That's one small step for man.
They said they had 20 seconds of fuel left when they landed on the moon. 20 seconds.
Back on Earth, a hero's welcome awaited. And once he got home, Armstrong, like so many astronauts, would swap the seat in his spacecraft for a seat in a Corvette.
How the hell did you make it to the moon and back? I had to drive another Corvette, looks like.
And when I say Corvette, I mean this actual Corvette. This one.
Hey,
This was his.
They have his Corvette.
This is
Neil Armstrong's Corvette. Get to drive in this episode. The actual one that he had, his actual one that he owned.
His hands were
cool.
here. He looked at the instruments like that. He touched that. Neil Armstrong.
That's cool.
The first person to set foot somewhere other than the Earth.
It's nuts. Let's go! Punch it. Front.
Forward. Go.
How do I have to do? What? What the hell do I have to do? What? Oh, they wanted me to touch these damn things? That's what I was supposed to do? I gotta do that over then. I didn't know that's what I had to do. Hey. Jesus Christ. I failed. I failed by like 3 seconds or more.
When he realized
By 2.26 seconds I failed it. I didn't know that's what I had to do.
Not to restore it. He would leave it exactly as it was. He would just do enough to make it run. So he hasn't done the paint, he hasn't replaced bits in here. This is all exactly as he found it. There's patina on the bonnet there. There's a scuff bit on the door. It's real. Hello, Rev Counter. Neil Armstrong's looked at you, hasn't he? Oh, I think a Huey is coming. There's Mr. Huey, there's the evocative wump. Those are the two sounds of the 60s, aren't they? That wump and the sound of Neil Armstrong speaking from the moon. Neil Armstrong's Chevrolet Corvette. Love it. Love it.
Pretty cool car.
What an honour.
Neil Armstrong.
I reckon I could take up and land 6 times on that runway. Easily. Yes. Thank you.
What's gone wrong with astronauts?
They don't go to the moon anymore.
No. They used to be rock gods. I mean, if you think about it, they would drive their Corvettes into town, get hammered, get chlamydia, and the next morning they'd be upside down in a starfighter. Anyway, that's enough about space now. I want to move it on because I came into the office the other day and told these two that the Citroën C3 Aircross that I'd been driving was very good, and they said it wasn't.
Because it isn't.
Yes, it is, and I decided to prove that it is by doing one of those very thorough tests where we cover all the things that matter in a car of this type.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this going to be one of those stupid films where you do ridiculous tests to discover if a car can, I don't know, drive faster than itself?
No.
This is the car in question. It's a 5-seater, front-wheel drive hatchback.
The heck is this car?
Prices start at £14,720,
Aircross?
and it looks rather funky, with
Hey,
those
looks kinda
splashes
cool though,
of
that car.
orange paint here and there.
Look at that.
It's also easy to see out of because the windows are made from glass, and all the controls fall easily to hand because they're on the dashboard or the steering wheel rather than under the carpet.
The windows are made of glass.
No.
You know, it drives like a little box. Whoa.
God.
How fast am I? 126.
Oh, dearie me.
Ah, I got a silver. I almost got a
You may
gold,
be
man.
wondering what makes it so special. Well, to find out, I've decided to break the
I
test
almost got it,
down
bud.
into segments so that all the important questions can be answered.
Is it faster than
To
itself?
find out, we've come here to the Banked Millbrook Bowl in Bedfordshire. Citroën say that because the quite small 1.2-litre 3-cylinder engine in this particular version of the Aircross is turbocharged, it produces 128 horsepower. And now it's time to see what that means in terms of top speed. And here we go.
Car's a 1.2 liter, 128 horsepower car. How fast can that go?
Right, onto the straight.
Turbo time distance. Turbocharged engine. Ah, damn, it only has 128 horsepower, but it's going 150 miles per hour. That's the limit, 150 miles per hour.
Okay, what I've done now is hooked up to the back end of a Bentley Bentayga. Now, this is a car with a top speed of 180 miles an hour.
Okay, so
What it's doing is it's punching a hole in the air for me, and I'm driving along in a vacuum. So that should mean I go faster. Let's find out.
I have to try behind this car. Let's see. Damn, I can't get up there.
Hurry up!
Can't reach him. Jesus Christ!
Damage acceleration.
Man, it's 160 miles per hour, 162.
Get a bloody move on.
I mean, it's a 170. That's the limit.
Oh,
170 miles per hour.
My only worry is that I just saw a single magpie, and it is Friday the 13th as I do this. So now I'm going to ease out of this dangerous situation.
170. Is it easy to park?
Well, if the space is smaller than the aircross, then the answer is no.
What? See if you can park without using your ears. What the fuck? Dude! Holy shit, what a terrible park. I didn't even know what they wanted me to do.
A little car can face.
I've smashed into every car. Can it pull a 13,000 ton ship?
To find out, I've come to Southampton Docks, where obviously I've been forced to wear a hard hat in case a ship lands on my head. Anyway, as you can see, the little car has been attached by rope to the enormous
In water,
car
I thought anyone
transporter.
can pull something big. It's in
Which
water.
I've just noticed has a face. It's Booty McBoatface. The challenge I'd come up with was to see if the 1-ton C3 could pull the 13,000
It's
ton
in water?
ship
Of course,
a
it probably
distance
can.
of 25 meters.
Why wouldn't it be able
now I
to pull
should
a ship
explain
that's in
that
water?
my colleagues, May and Hammond, think this is a stupid test. They say
don't.
the Aircross only develops 151 torques and that isn't enough to pull a medium-sized child. I, however, disagree.
But it's in water, dude.
Let's do this! Go.
What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I was supposed to stay in the green.
Oh, Christ, there's some elasticity in that rope. Ooh, hello. Why is it going backwards? This is a bit of a worry.
No, pull him into the water, bro.
That ship? The ship's going back. Look. The ship is going back.
It's gonna pull a car into the water.
situation's bad. As we reattached the tow rope, I wondered what had gone wrong. Why did he put his engines in reverse as a sort of amusing joke? I mean, he is Greek, the captain. We're not German. We didn't mess your economy up. With the rope reattached,
What the
we began
hell?
the test again.
Well, this time
Here
I
we
know
go.
what I'm supposed to do, not get in the red.
That's just clutch spin. That's just clutch. That's clutch.
Car broke,
Traction
dude.
control off. It's the only solution.
Can't do it.
Hang on. I think that ship is moving. I think we're getting further and further with each pull.
God damn, dude. Nuts.
Go.
Pull, little car, pull. We did it! support it.
The power and strength of the Citroen.
Holy shit, dude. Not the car was gonna blow up.
That is Boaty McBoatface admitting defeat. And with that sorted out, it was time to address the C3's practicality.
Jesus.
To answer this, we've come to France, where an armed robbery is in progress.
Is it trying to catch a Pantera? Whoa, what the hell? French police is eating a giant baguette.
Burglars anglaises avec visage horrible are maintenant making their escape in a red 1972 De Tomaso Pantera GTS.
Whoa! Catch 'em!
Ouais, vous avez vu 5x5?
Oui.
Au-dessous est sautier.
Look at that sandwich, dude.
Right.
The hell is it? Funny as hell.
Let's do this!
Oh, what am I doing wrong already?
Speed is the answer. I love speeding.
Ah! I lost. Hell no. I messed up one turn, dude. Blew me away. They gave me this one turn, and I ruined it.
All around the world, police forces normally have
Couldn't reach
pretty
it.
good cars. The Americans have Crown Vics, Germans have BMs, Italians have Alphas. But France has always been a bit of a burgling free-for-all because you knew that you were only ever going to be chased by Inspector Clouseau in a diesel Renault Megane. Well, not today, because I'm in an Aircross and I've got a moustache. To make my life a bit tricky, the robber's Pantera wasn't standard. It had an all-aluminium 7-litre V8, producing 550 horsepower, 4 times more than I had.
Pantera's crazy. Jesus. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm behind him. I'm supposed to be ahead of him. He's beating me, the son of a...
Oh, for God's sake!
He beat me, the bastard.
I caught up with them.
Whoa, dude.
Oh, heavens! Oh, damn it! It was beginning to seem that despite my best efforts, I wouldn't be able to catch the Pantera. But then, when all seemed lost, the Citroën played its trump card and didn't break down, whereas the Pantera reverted to type and did.
Ah, he caught him because of that. Pantera broke down.
There you go, son. Oh, God. He's using hair dye. Anyway, it's now time for the final test, the big one. The answer to the question I'm asked 5 or 6 times a day.
Credit to Tunisian general. Use it to invade
Italy is a difficult country to invade because it's surrounded on 3 sides by sea and on the 4th by mountains. These mountains. The Alps. But back in 218 BC, a Tunisian general called Hannibal did cross those mountains using elephants to carry his gear. And what I want to know is, could he have used an aircross instead? I mean, obviously, the aircross wasn't invented 200 years before the baby Jesus, but if it had been, could he have used it? We know that the Citroën is powerful and torquey, but what really matters on a job like this is traction. Go.
What the heck?
And that's where this knob down here comes in. It engages something called the grip control system, and that's
whoa, where am I supposed to go?
like a gimmick, but it isn't. That's
Ah.
will do.
Ow. Oh! Oof, I barely made it with a bronze. Bronze medal.
Yes, look at the little Citroën clawing away.
That's good traction.
No elephant could do this. I am zooming up here.
Pretty good.
God knows what sorcery the computers are using to keep me going here, but they are.
Nuts.
With the sat-nav telling me Italy was just 2 miles away, I found another path. I'm past 2,000 meters here.
The hell's he going?
Christ, if I go over the edge now. No.
Wow. Can't see the edge. What the fuck? What the fuck? Made of bronze.
Finally, the border moved into view.
I got an achievement. Hooray!
Come on, little aircross. There you are, clever car. So there we are, faster than itself at the test track, strong enough to pull a ship, big enough for the entire Jolly family and a horse, and better at invading Italy than an elephant.
Let's put it on fire.
Really? How many seasons? Happy little car. Very good.
Are you all right? In the head, I mean.
What do you mean?
We learned nothing.
You did. You learned it could get to the top of that mountain even though it doesn't have four-wheel drive.
Yeah, but what about things that matter to people who buy that sort of car? What about, you know, boot, interior, space?
I did boot.
Okay, safety, insurance group, all that.
It's a bit boring.
I mean, okay, let's... isn't that Citroen basically, tell me if I'm right, the same car as the Vauxhall Crossland?
It is.
Yes, it is. Good point. So, for instance, would you buy one of those instead? Good.
Well,
10 years ago, they arrived.
With the control system, so it's no good as an elephant.
No, the elephant test isn't actually relevant. Is there not something... okay, the Vauxhall, is it... How easy is it to vacuum out the interior? There you go.
I knew you were going to mention that. So what I did was I took the Vauxhall down to a man who knows a thing or two about vacuuming, none other than Sir Dyson. Can you get that bit in there?
Vacuuming.
Any good?
Brilliant.
Is it?
Very easy. Brilliant.
Sir James Dyson.
Dyson.
Doing a test, an important test for us there. Actually was James Dyson.
Just a minute.
What?
Sir James Dyson is developing a new solid-state battery.
Yes.
He is working on the future of global personal transport.
Yeah.
And you've wasted his whole afternoon vacuuming out the interior of a Vauxhall.
Yes.
You have literally speeded up the end of the world.
Yes. Yes, I have, and on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.
So that's the end of that episode. Finish that episode. Let's see. Episode episode 1, 2, and 3. 2 I haven't played anything of. I just played that one, and I played that one before. I never played this one. Guess I'll start this one.
Everyone, now, welcome to what is a Grand Tour special in which we go on vacation.
Yeah, let me explain. The other day, we were wondering why some people who want to visit the western bit of America choose to do so on an RV touring holiday.
It is very popular. I mean, we all have friends who have done it, and they say they had a good time.
Sounds like caravanning to us, though, and you couldn't enjoy that unless you were mental. However, Mr. Willman says that since this is a motoring and travel and adventure show, he would rent us an RV, and then we could go over there to see if we could find out what the appeal is.
This was the location he chose. And this was the Winnebago Chieftain that he rented for us. And it was very terrible in every way.
Chaps, if you'd like to brace, I'm going to put my foot down and see what she'll do. Happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Heck's this? We're private RV. Bet you can go up to 85. Oh, it's faster than 85. What the hell?
Right then, let's go.
Things are going 100 miles per hour. $110. What? 115. Giant RV.
This slow
gold medal.
Me in a bad mood.
You're
Well, that was
just
a giant
helping
RV like that
yourself
go
to
that
car.
fast.
Well, that was the idea. Just got to find all the cars that go
I
together.
have to have a turn
Crazy.
as well.
That'll take ages.
Don't make my holiday worse than it already is.
150 miles
It's
per
pretty
hour.
bad
That
in
big
here,
thing.
isn't it?
After just 5 miles, we'd had enough and pulled over for a cup of American coffee.
This whole experience wouldn't be so bad if we somehow could modify it so it's better to live in.
Well, and if we could have one each.
Well, why don't we do that?
Get one each?
Yeah, why don't we just get one each and then modify it to suit our particular requirements?
We don't have to have all of this. Offensive.
We'll do what we want.
We therefore abandoned Mr. Willman's RV and went off to buy our own, which we'd then personalised to suit our individual holiday needs.
They all got their own RV now.
This is what I've gone for. It's the Ford F550 National Tropical,
Jesus,
and
look at that thing.
it's 36 feet long.
Why so massive?
I wanted to modify it in such a way that I brought a small taste of home with me. Can you guess what it is?
Brown furniture.
A tea cozy.
A rusty
Nope.
motorcycle.
No, follow me. What?
36-foot long RV.
Moly!
Whoa!
Yes, welcome to
bar?
the opinion. What will it be?
I'm in a pub.
I'm staggered.
He built a
It's got
pub
peanuts
inside
on
of
the
his.
wall, terrible pictures.
Yes,
This
RV.
is fabulous.
That's
Let's
awesome.
ask, why
The
have you
hell?
got a drawing of 3 stroke victims on the wall?
That's us.
Wait, what? What do I have to do? What do I have to do, dude? What am I supposed to be looking up? Isn't that where I was supposed to go? What, dude? I don't understand what I had to do. What? I had taken the picture before that.
What?
Dartboard.
Yes, it's a pub.
James, it's my job to ridicule you, obviously. But I can't, because apart from the dartboard, you've done an incredible job.
Thank
That's
you.
But
awesome.
it isn't quite as incredible as the job I've done.
That guy put a pub in his RV. Let's see what this guy
I've
did.
gone, as you can see, for a nautical theme.
He has a
In the
pool
desert.
in the back,
Yes,
I bet.
bear with me. Two-tone paintwork, obviously. Jet ski on the back. And then, up on the top, and this really is the pièce de résistance,
He has a
the
pool.
flying bridge.
Right, boots are off. Whoa!
What?
What?
Is this all bathroom?
Yes, obviously, with lavatory. Shower here, tile.
What?
Tasteful.
Why do they do this
Sink
off of this
unit,
show, man? What the
anti-mirror,
hell, man?
restrained. And just pop this open, like so.
Wow.
Lower the flap, which means that in the morning,
You go to the toilet. We're looking out
Sit
the
down.
giant window.
and I can see the pub. As we know, luxury is defined by light and space. So this is a luxurious pub. The roof, however, was a
What's he have on the top? I thought he'd have a pool or something.
Whoa!
Or do you drive it from up here?
Well, this is wasted space normally, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's pretty good, this, Hammond.
Right, Hammond,
Yes,
where's yours?
over there.
What, behind the lorry?
No, it is the lorry, that's it.
That's not an RV.
What?
It is, look, it's big, I can sleep on it, and it's got a bike on the back. That's a recreational vehicle right there.
This we have got to see, mate.
What? This is crap.
It's big and it needs to move along, so a truck is the obvious answer. So
What
there's
sort
a,
of truck is it?
I don't know, truck.
These are the ones that used to be the U-Haul lorry. Oh!
You've still got the sign of the previous owner on it.
Doesn't matter. Come aboard,
Mattress
leave your
outlet.
shoes on, because this wood is very splintery. Here's the living accommodation.
What living accommodation?
There's a bed. There, bed. Telescope in case I get bored in the evening.
So just 2 secs. Stacks.
Yeah,
Engine?
it's got V8.
Whose?
Mine now, I bought the truck.
You have made no effort whatsoever.
Oh, no, now I have, but I've distilled it down. I haven't wasted time and effort on complicated stuff I don't need. This is honest.
So when you come to my... I say, please, Jeremy, can I borrow your lavatory in the morning? I'm going to say no, because you accuse me of wasting time.
And if you want to come to my pub for a drink of your gin, which I've put on tap especially for you, I'll say, no, it's just a waste of time, Hammond.
Oh, I didn't realise we were setting up a sort of stock exchange of resources. Roaming camper.
Hammond,
Yes?
your
guys are
lorry,
crazy.
I'm not going to call it an RV,
It isn't an RV.
is dismal.
God's truth. On that note, we set
Are they gonna
off
do race these things? Or how are they doing?
to see what our RVs and Hammond's lorry were like on the road.
What? Lesser of the 3 idiots, it says. Whoa, what?
There you go. What?
Sorry. Ah!
Thanks very much. Get past.
Jesus! Knocked me off the road.
What are you doing?
Jesus!
I'm not sure I trust us three doing this. Soon
racing
we
RVs
arrived in a
down the road,
typical
man.
American town.
Nuts. Isn't that a typical
which
American
of
town?
course had a typical RV campsite.
That's like the middle of nowhere.
Well,
Says we arrived in a typical American town.
So we decided to check in for the night.
Yes, we arrived in the typical American town and they show McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and some other crap.
I was
Oh,
kept awake
shit.
for some time last night by the man in the neighbouring RV scratching his eczema.
Ooh.
Or he might have been sanding a table.
Why don't we, you know those big Baja off-road 28-inch suspension travel things?
Dune racer type.
Dune racers.
Yeah.
Why don't we get 3 of those and belt around in the desert?
Yes.
Because that would be bovine, and I wouldn't learn anything from that. I'd rather go and do something cultural.
Blasting around the dunes sounds like fun.
Come on. I tell you what, you want to go and do Native American art.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go dune racing, yes?
Right.
Let's have a vote. I
Dune
would be
racing
driving this. A Jake's Fabworks JF5U. James would be driving this. An Illumi Craft Class 10. And Hammond would have this. A plastic green pickup.
Plastic green pickup truck.
Okay.
Whoa. Ah, I can't even see. The turns are out. Oh, you're not gonna get a fast lap out of me on this thing. You can't even turn. Made it. I got a bronze.
Oh, yes!
My 2013 Curry underneath this plastic pickup body has the same tubular space frame chassis as the other two, but I've only got a 2-litre engine. However, it's a Ford EcoBoost, so it's turbocharged. And they've tuned it so it's putting out just shy, landing, of 300 brake horsepower.
Go, go, go! Underneath the beat!
Hey, this one handles better. Oh, I crashed. What the hell, man? That sucked. I lost because of that.
Right, we're all set.
Lost.
And now I'm going to fly again. Ah! This is bliss.
Come on, let's have some air here. Yeah! What a riot! How can James May not enjoy this? As it happened, he was starting to enjoy it.
And we get it sideways a bit.
I have to try the third one now.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ. What? This thing doesn't even turn. What the fuck?
Here we go.
Oh no!
floor.
I was supposed to be drifting? I didn't know that.
After Billy Bob May had had
Christ.
his fun,
Boom.
we all stopped for a breather.
Yes. I don't like admitting you're right, but I can be magnanimous. It's brilliant.
You've
Right.
wasted your life with Showpat and plywood. You're a dune racer. You've always been a dune racer, you just didn't know you were.
It's fantastic, and it's comfortable. That's the thing. It's comfortable motorsport because of the suspension. It's brilliant.
It's cheapskate motorsport.
Is it?
Yes, it's cheapskate motorsport for people with dicky backs. That's what it is.
Because landing is so
Oh,
soft.
sometimes I'm thinking, have I landed?
Yes. I've got a brilliant idea. What are you looking at?
What?
There's something glinting up there.
There isn't.
Yeah,
Well, it's just...
Anyway, what's your brilliant
Anyway, I've
idea?
got a brilliant idea.
What?
Time trial, flying lap, one at a time against the clock. I'll go first.
You must have put that right.
Where's my
He
car?
has taken to it,
He
hasn't he?
really has. Having jumped back in, Billy Bob embarked on
Time
his
trial.
flying lap. Here he comes.
Right then, let's go.
So this car you have to drift.
I have been clever.
Whoa. Jesus.
Rubbish.
Ah. Holy crap.
Get a break. Concentrate, look through the bend. This is quite a complicated one.
Oh man.
I'm winning.
Holy mother of God, dude. Can't control this thing. Ah. Jesus.
Well, we don't know whether that's fast or not, but it is less than a minute. Is that the first time he's done anything in less than a minute?
He can't open a car door in less than
No, he can't. Or sign his name.
No, that's 2 minutes. Definitely.
Biggles is back.
I can do a slightly better one than that. Can I have another go?
Next, it was my turn. I just want to say, Hammond,
What?
you have twice as much horsepower as me, and May, you have 50 horsepower more than I've got. So it's only my immense skill that's going to put me in contention here.
Is it?
Well, what else is there?
This sounds like
You won't have any excuses ready for the end of this race.
Yours weighs less. It's 200 kilograms lighter than this. I'm just saying, in case I'm not as quick.
Eventually, Mr. Racing Excuses was underway.
Here he comes into his flying lap.
Oh, God, that looks tricky. Drive my foot into the floor. Look at that for a tiny line.
This one actually turns.
It's quite scary through here. tidy line.
I'm actually doing good on this one. I'm banging on the walls. Uh-oh.
For heaven's sake, I beg them. Drive fast.
Oof. I mean, I'm going mad on 30 seconds.
There we are. I don't know how I've done, but it felt pretty good to me.
There are few things in life I enjoy more than delivering bad news to Jeremy Clarkson. It's
I did
possibly
better.
my favourite thing.
Forcing myself not to do a little dance.
How much faster was I?
Well, unless your seconds were smaller, you were slower, because you were 58.5.
What was he?
57.81. What that means is, he beat you.
Oh.
I cannot believe that. Has anybody got a gun?
Finally, it was the turn of Ricky Redneck.
Right, ready with the stopwatch.
This bit is really scary. Filling power, this is good.
Oh, oh, oh. Hello?
Shower.
You took a shower?
Yeah. Accidentally left my catchy hole on my keyboard.
What the hell?
And I've been racing nines for a while now. I got tired. Because I couldn't hit his speed. You see that?
Yeah. I'm almost done with this. A race again. Let me racing two buggies now. Came to the United States to race two buggies. Holy crap. Whoa. Whoa, straight up! 33, Silver Man.
Into the left-hander.
Hey, I'm not
Keep
that
it
bad
tight.
at this.
Oh, what was that?
What the hell was that? A gun. Shot a gun at him.
What's the matter with him?
Has he bust the gearbox?
What was that?
What?
Not very quick.
What was the matter?
That was the weirdest thing.
What?
It's like a ricochet.
As I wasn't interested in Hammond's
Alright.
excuses, we got back into our RVs and hit the road.
Ping! It was like a ricochet, like it come off something.
A rock or something hit him. Someone
I
shot
suppose it
him.
could have been
probably.
stone.
Shot him with some kind of BB gun or something, I bet. Oh, come on. I'm racing RVs. Look at this thing.
I'm exhausted.
I have to get that smite code to this guy. But it's all waiting to check him, but he never too lazy to even check. But I get it to this guy. Hurry up.
What?
think it's a code that gives you all the guns. I'm gonna lose this. No, it's gonna end. No, it cheated me. Bastard. I was supposed to use turbo, I think.
Campsite. And since we didn't fancy another night in a horrible RV park,
let me find that code
and we had all the comforts we needed, we decided to freestyle it in the wilderness.
I think it's an excellent idea. I mean, dune buggy racing is fantastic, and I won, but it is quite hot and sweaty and dusty.
Whoa,
and
what
we can balance that with peace and quiet and a starry sky. I mean, that's going to be fantastic out here. I might write a few lines of verse.
The next morning, the vista from my RV was
What the hell is this? What are they supposed to do, man? I didn't even know what I was supposed to be looking for, man.
Are you...
Am I what?
having a dump?
Yes.
Oh, the whole point of sitting here is to enjoy this magnificent view.
I was here first. You're spoiling my view.
I'm spoiling your view?
Yes.
I'm not crapping in it.
We then headed over to the pub for breakfast. However,
Why haven't you made us any breakfast?
Because breakfast is reserved exclusively for my friends, and none of them are here.
That engine stuff.
You've seriously not made us anything?
It's nuts.
Yes, seriously.
We're
I have
checking
not
out-
made you anything.
I'm hungry.
Well, let's not get bogged down with his unbelievable selfishness.
One of those crypto tokens
work
called
out what we're
engine.
going to do
Look at that. That one went way up, while the other one.
You've already done that.
Man, if we
We've
would have
all
done this
done
the other day and transferred
I
our
thought we could go
Refurium
to
into
a racetrack.
engine,
No, not a race.
it would have
Why not a
profited
racetrack?
because that
I
shit
like
went up.
racetracks.
You like
That's
dune
weird.
buggies?
Yeah, but that's because that's dune buggies. Normal racetracks are just
Oh,
boring.
come on, that'd be great fun.
Okay, we'll settle it. Let's have a
Annoying.
vote. Once we'd climbed aboard our race-modified RVs,
No.
we were ready for the off.
This is a stupid idea. I disapprove. It's needlessly destructive, and I really like my little truck.
Here's my start line strategy. Light goes green, hard right, hit James. I want him to be a bonnet emblem by the time I get to the first corner.
He doesn't realise that the window's fallen out of his RV and I can hear everything he's saying.
Let's get this over with, shall we?
Ready, set, go. What the hell is this? The racing RVs on a dirt track. Whoa, whoa.
You're not right, you know that, don't you? What? Is that me?
It's like Mario Kart.
Thank you.
I missed the bonus. Ah, I was supposed to get in the most hits. Not win the race. Jesus Christ.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I got bored. What an idiot.
There we go. I gotta hit it. I can't move though, I'm stuck.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Oh, great. Oh, brilliant.
I separated them, look. Would you look at that?
Yeah! Okay. Sorry. On me.
Took it.
Oh, go on, eh? Communist. Oh my God.
I got 11 hits in.
Okay, I'll change my mind. This is really good fun.
Huh?
I'm in a sandwich of Americans. It was at this point I noticed something about one of those Americans. Wait a minute. It's that guy. He's the one that's been following us. What's he doing?
Following hit after brutal hit. My opponent eventually conked out. But the battle had left me badly wounded.
Oh, this is not bode well for my little truck. I think my engine might be suffering.
It's nuts.
Ah! Oh, wall! Oh, that's gone badly wrong for me. I think I've lost the wheel now. Oh, I'm in a bad way. I've lost steering. Ah!
Hammond is history. Now only 3 of us remained. Come on, hit James. Ramming speed.
Wait.
You.
Me's in the wall. He's in the wall and toast. It's just me and this weird
What is
man.
this?
Get you.
Go.
Auto hits? Sounds like it hits it again.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. That will do. Come on!
How am I gonna get any hits in? I'm not even near the guy. Well, fuck, I started it, but it's just like... Fucking catch him. Can't catch the bastard,
Yes,
man.
loving that. Oh, hello. Toasty. Yes. Be quiet. Oh, dearie me. Really? Half this eat my meat. Good.
Come on! Fuck, I didn't make it. I started late, I only got 3. Can't catch him. It's too late.
Going in hard.
Bastard.
Yeah! Oh yes, the mighty RV boat is victorious. Nothing else running. Oh yeah.
Well done. It's a glorious victory, really.
It is. And I think we've proved that if you must have an RV, it has to be a Chevrolet Pace Arrow.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
it does.
yes. Good. Congratulations. Very well done. Meanwhile,
What?
well, we've got to make camp for tonight in these. So I would suggest just over there.
I think that's an excellent
all
idea, as
they'll
close
manage.
as possible.
Yes.
You can come to your pub.
Well, you're not expecting a drink, are you?
Why not?
Pub's been demolished.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course,
Does
it went to a wall.
Yeah, happens a lot these days.
Ooh, I
What?
nearly forgot. You know that guy that's been following us around since we got here?
No.
No.
He's the one in the race overalls?
No.
You've still not seen him?
Never seen him.
Well, you have, because he was driving that.
Was he?
Yes, I put him on. He's dead now.
Good, good.
And now he won't be following us anymore because I've
good.
rolled
Well,
him
you
over.
can tell us all about it over
Playing
a
the
glass
Grand
of
Tour
water
game.
this evening.
PS4.
With our race with the devil over, we fell asleep quickly that night, happy in the knowledge that the horror of our RV holiday was finally over.
It's the end of that episode? Yeah, I think that's it. It ended. That was the end of the episode. I guess that's gonna be all I'm streaming of this game for now. I played 2 episodes. That one was RVs and dune buggies. That was cool. Alright. That's gonna be the end of this. The hell is that?